Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. It's been a lot of folks that have asked me different random questions about pre-trips. And from some of the comments, I realized that even though some have studied the pre-trip, because that is part of getting your CDL, being able to pass a pre-trip test. So now I had one individual that was supposed to do a video for me of a pre-trip. He had a team driver and it never materialized. It's too difficult for me to get out and actually do one and videotape it. So I'm going to give you a verbal pre-trip. And if you're into trucking and a driver, you'll understand. If you're not a driver, do the best you can if you're interested. The pre-trip that you study for on your test is not the realistic pre-trip that you'll do out here. Point blank. It's kind of like school and college and anything else. You learn a lot of stuff in that classroom that is not practical for the job that you're doing. Same thing with your pre-trip. Now, to start your pre-trip, it needs to start right here in this seat. Period. And you start it by eyeballing your windows, your windshield, your side windows, your mirrors. And yes, those can get messed up during the night. It is not unheard of for some truck to back in beside you or pull out from beside you and just barely clip your mirrors. So when you're first waking up and you get in your seat and you're rubbing your eyes, getting your morning started, that should be something that you're looking at automatically. All right? But we're going to say it's part of your pre-trip. It should be part of every minute of your day, damn near. So now you've seen that. You've not started your motor yet. You get out and you step out front a little ways away from the truck. Now in these Peterbilts, we have a button down here we can hit that makes all your lights do their functions. And it just keeps repeating itself. So your flashers are flashing and they'll stop. Your headlights are going bright to dim. Brake lights are going on and off. And it has its own rotation, sequence and rotation. So you can step out front. You can see your cab lights are working. You can see your headlights are working, bright and dim. Signal lights are working. It's all good. So you're checking your lights. You're also eyeballing your truck for any kind of damage. Once again, in case that person barely clipped you, not enough to wake you up, but enough to do damage, so you're looking for any damage. For what you can, you're looking underneath your truck as well. Antifreeze, power steering, transmission, motor oil. Now on these newer trucks with all the fairings and the wind effects and all this nonsense, you really can't see that good underneath them. You do the best you can, lean over and look down if you so desire, but you're eyeballing everything. You're also looking for your truck or trailer to be leaning. If it's leaning, that could be an indication of shocks, springs, flat tire, anything like this. So now everything looks good. Okay, so now we go to the next step, which is opening your hood. You pop your hood open, and this is why you did not start your engine. It's because you want to check your oil. On these diesels, whenever you start a diesel motor up and let it run a few minutes, you have approximately a gallon of oil up through your motor. So if you try to just turn it off at the fuel stop and check your oil and it's down a gallon, oh my no, well, you've got about a gallon rotating through your motor. So it's best to check that oil after it's been setting all night or for a while. So you're checking all your fluids. your oil, your power steering, your antifreeze, your washer fluid. Your washer fluid is very important simply because DOT don't have enough stuff to write tickets about, and I'm being told that that is one of their go-to tickets. I don't know. I haven't had that problem, but it would not surprise me. I'm also being told that they want to ticket you for the color, which I would have to fight that one in court. I'm sorry. Now, while you're underneath there doing this stuff, you need to be eyeballing everything. By now, you should be experienced enough that you should be able to notice something out of ordinary. So that's what you're looking for, something out of ordinary, something that looks broke on your steer axle. You need to be looking for that oddball rubbing, you know, that shiny metal on metal thing, anything out of the ordinary. I don't put my hands on a bunch of that stuff in there unless I suspect a problem. But I'm wearing gloves anyway. But I try not to I don't reach in there and just grab and shake and all that. No, I'm eyeballing everything. All right, so everything's good there. So now you can start your engine if you so desire. That's up to you. Now you need to walk down the side of your truck, and I always wind up going down the driver's side. You're looking for, I'm sorry. Let's go back to under the hood. While you're looking at all this stuff and looking for anything out of place, you also need to be looking for any leaks. That's where you'll see any puddles and whatnot. So you're also looking for those. You're also eyeballing your brakes. And, you know, you can just kind of lean over and try to eyeball them. I do not go checking my slack adjusters and all that stuff every time. I don't do it. But now our company, we wind up, we have a shop. We go there. We wind up going to the yard at least once a week. And they will check them for you if you ask them. And I do. I also don't run out west and do all the mountains and whatnot anywhere, so I don't have that issue. So now we can start walking down the side of our truck. I'm taking something for a headache. You are eyeballing any and everything. You're looking for anything that might be damaged, hanging off your truck, been hit by rock, another truck, anything. Is everything secure? Are them fairings and whatnot, are they all secured on there where they're not dangling and missing? Your steps are all good. Your mirrors are all on there. The bracket's all right. You already eyeballed to make sure the mirrors were there and not broke. It don't hurt to look again. You can't help but look again when you're checking everything else on it. And you keep walking back. You already checked your steer tire when you was under the hood, so you know it ain't flat. And I'm expecting a phone call from this place, so if my phone starts ringing, don't be surprised. So now you get back by your drives. This is where I have a hammer that I use. I thump my tires. If you'll pay attention, you can hear a tone when you're hitting them tires, and you can tell a 3-pound difference in the tires just from the sound of it. Seriously. You can lean between your truck and your trailer, and you look underneath, even if you need your flashlight. You're looking for puddles back there. Your rear end does have oil in it, and it can leak. You're also leaning there, and you're shining your light on the opposite side and eyeballing your brakes from there. If you want to crawl underneath it, by all means have at it. Alright, so now you're walking your way on down. Everything's hunky-dory there. You're seeing your belly lights flashing. It's working. You get to your trailer tires. You're doing the same thing. You're thumping them. As you're walking back, if you don't have the fairing down the side, You need to be eyeballing underneath. You have electric lines and air lines that run down through there. Right there by your landing gear. You want to eyeball, make sure you're sand shoeing. That's what they call that little square on the bottom of your landing gear. You want to make sure everything's secure and in place. Looking everything over, nothing dangling that ain't supposed to be dangling. You know, all the ribs look to be in place and all that stuff. If you want to crawl underneath to do it, by all means have at it. You get to your trailer tires, you're eyeballing the opposite side over there. Hold on a minute. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Barr.
Yes.
We're going to put you in door 38.
Door 38. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And come cut your seal once you back up.
I don't have a seal.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Door 38. Let me see if I can pause this. All right. Hopefully this picked up where I stopped off at. Yes, it did. Very good. Now let's see. We was back by our trailer. I bought everything going down the trailer, make sure everything was hunky-dory. Didn't see nothing out of place. Lights are working. Noonday meds keep Grandma from beating on me. So now you're back there, you're thumping your tires. And also, folks, I say thumping the tires, but any of your tires, when you're checking them, you're not only just thumping them, you're looking at the tire itself. You want to make sure that sometimes the tread will start coming off, especially if your company runs recaps. You're looking for gouges, chunks missing, bad wear, stuff like that. So you're eyeballing everything. You're eyeballing your rims, making sure you ain't lost any lug nuts. So when I just say thumping them, that makes it sound a little bit easier than what it is, but you do need to do a good, thorough look at them and at everything, okay? It's not a matter of, is it flat? Well, it ain't flat. I'm good to go. No, you need to eyeball everything. So, and once again, if you're a truck driver, you'll know what I mean. If you're studying to be a truck driver, you need to learn what I mean. So you're doing the same thing on the back, and you're looking across at the other side to make sure that nothing is looking wrong over there. You're eyeballing what you can of your brake pads, and you can see if they're getting pretty skinny. If they are, then you need to go around to that side and get under there and do a physical eyeball on it at that point, not from across the trailer. You're looking to make sure that your brake drums and your air chambers and your slack adjusters and all of that stuff appear to be where it's supposed to be and hanging like it's supposed to be hanging and the whole bit. You go around to the back of your trailer and you're eyeballing your doors, making sure that they are closed properly still. And if you're going to say, well, how would they change? Well, what if some thief in the middle of the night came by and popped your door open just to look to see if you had anything worth stealing? He didn't get it closed right. So if you know you've closed it right and it ain't closed right now, that should be your first clue that something ain't right. Someone's been in here. Making sure your seal's on the door if it was sealed. Making sure your lights are all working. Back when LED lights came out, it was a big thing about people stealing your lights, especially if you had LED lights. So making sure that you have your lights. Now, you've got your button on up here that's got everything working, so you stand there a minute, you make sure everything's working like it's supposed to be. Look up top, make sure them clearance lights are all burning right. Then you come down the passenger side, repeating what you did over here, only it's reversed. And that's the gist of it. And it really don't take that long once you're experienced at it and you've trained yourself to know what to look for. It really don't take that long. We had one of our safety guys that said that he thought it should take 45 minutes to do a pre-trip. Bullshit. No, it don't. All told, checking your oil and all that stuff, 5 minutes. More or less, 5 minutes. It's going to depend upon how thorough you want to be. And that's about the gist of it. It isn't that hard. You have to train yourself and know what to look for is what it boils down to. So I hope that helps somebody. Remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. Work on your pre-trips. Y'all have a safe day now. Bye.